one love, Rastafari, Rastafari. Big time. This is a story about the journey of the music around the world. We were inspired in the early days from the great black leaders that was fighting the struggle on behalf of the people. People like Haile Selassie, Rastafari. People like Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Angela Davis, Steve Biko, great leaders. So this inspired us. We were inspired by these people to spread the message of love and unity around the world. In the early days in England, London in England, it was very difficult for black people. So black people had to be together, united, to be able to stand, loving, sharing, caring. It is very important that other people of other nations saw the unity, and it reflected through the music. The music itself is what kept the people through the struggles, through slavery, kept the spirits alive. And that spirit transcended to the people that were taken away on ships to the Caribbean islands, Jamaica, one of the main places, the influx, the spearhead of the movement of Back to Africa. You don't have to be black to recognize the struggle in Africa. Anyone can do anything to help. We applaud such people who can do anything even in their communities where they live to be an example. The music is what teaches the people. Some people could not speak English until they heard Bob Marley, and then they could learn the songs. So the music is part of the thing that build up the education of vocabulary. So the message has gone through the ages from many prophets, what has brought the message to the people. Many prophets are involved in reggae music that show people the way, show them the light. In Africa, the people used to use the drum as a telephone. The Indians used smoke signals to send messages. We use the music and the drum as the heartbeat. It appeals to your spirit inside. The Spirit of God is with us. Where one and two is gathered, God is in the midst. So we carry on the duties, which everyone has the duty to help someone, somewhere, sometime. Not forgetting the little children, small children, very important. They are the future of the world. It is very right for us to show them the right way, that they won't go wrong. We find the principles of Rastafari to be the right way that people should live. Many philosophies around the world today, people have listened orally. Some history is not written in a book. It is being spoken.
The question about the music, and I think the culture too. You're one of the foundation of the Rasta sound in the UK. How do you think Rasta music will evolve in this third millennium? How do you think reggae music, Rasta music will evolve in the future in our...
Well, as long as we carry on the faith, if you look around, you see Rasta. Rasta, Rasta, Rasta is around. So it carries on, evolve. More than many of sand on the seashore. Jah people is more than sand on the seashore. So the message continue from generation to generation to generation. Our great-grandfathers and our greater-greater-grandfathers and our greater-greater-greater-greater-greater-grandmothers show us. Everyone here has got a talent or a gift. God has given everyone a talent or a gift. They must find that gift inside of them and use it. It's not money is the gift, it's the talent. What you can do. Some people don't have anything, but they have helped more people than the people who are rich. Help one another. We want to, when we have got this gathering here, it's very important for us to get the right points, that people know there's still something to do in the world to make it better.
Shaka, it's a great honor, to have you here. I've been to many of your dances, and I've seen that your audience is international, full of white people, European, American, Japanese, English, black people from Jamaica. But I've been in London a long time, and I've been seeing that your dances are very different from others. What I've seen in the film is probably still there. There are dances, and I'm talking about the new dancehall music, let's say, which are very for black people. And it's because, in London there have been a lot of murderation, a lot of problems, young black killing young black. So there is an atmosphere that doesn't invite people to that kind of dances. As much as it was in Babylon, the film, why this happened, and why this doesn't happen to your dances.
This is what we are trying to do with the music, is to teach the people righteousness. Not everybody like righteousness. A lot of the music that is being played otherwise teaches the children other things. We try to keep the old school, not the new school, because if you have a child and you teach them ABC on the record, they will learn it. But if you teach them something else, they will be learning something else. So we try to push all the time and encourage the musicians and artists and people take care of people, community leaders and students. We try to advise them about these things, that we will be an example to others, that they in turn can follow, that some things can be pushed to the back and the right things rise to the top. You see, a lot of people think that they only have 5 senses, but you have 2 more senses: intuition and telepathy, to speak to people without speaking. So there's other senses we still have to grasp to know how to receive them. Otherwise, some people only has 5. So it's something you have to build up to learn how to achieve the other 2 senses, to know about the world. One day, somebody in here will be a leader of this country. So we hope that the message reach them, because the youths coming up will be prime minister, president, teachers of the future. So we hope they bring this message, so later on things can be well with the people. We thank Jah for giving us the inspiration and the knowledge. And we hope that everyone here that is listening will be able to do something to help what we are talking about. It can be a small thing. There is a Bible story that a lady gave like €2, but it was all she had. So it was considered the greatest. Not the man that had the lot. Those that give all to help people.
Reggae music and Roots One especially is strictly related to the struggle and suffering of your people. Do you think that we, the white people, can really understand all this struggle?
All people struggle. All people are God's people. He doesn't want his people to suffer. We are children of the Almighty, and he tries to take care of all his children. If you had a garden and it only had one flowers, one color, it wouldn't be beautiful. If it was only one color in the garden of flowers, it wouldn't be beautiful. It's when you got yellow, pink, green, orange, black, it makes beautiful garden. Give thanks, Rastafari.
How you start and when you start to play reggae music?
1962, we start to play music.
What about the difference from dub plates in Jamaican mood and the English reggae scene? The meaning of dub plates?
Well, there's music which is made on dub plate, which is versions of music on ordinary thing. But what we are concentrated on, whether it's on dub, whether it's on plastic, whether it's on glass, we want it to have the message, no matter what format. On CD, on mini disc, on DVD, message. Yeah, messages are sent out. Some messages were made on records in Jamaica, but it was recognized in England because of the struggle. And some in Poland, you had solidarity. It was reggae that helped solidarity. For Bob Marley to go to Zimbabwe independence, it was reggae. So reggae causes a difference when it is presented properly.
Hello. I want to know where is Mount Zion and what is Babylon? The meanings for you of that?
Well, Babylon can be anywhere. But it's a way of life. Babylon is a way of life. Or there's a place in Iraq, the original Babylon. The original place of Babylon is there in Iraq. That is where the original place on earth is, yeah? But Babylon to us is a way of life against the Father. That is Babylon. The place Mount Zion itself is in Jerusalem, in the city of David, in Jerusalem. That's where the actual place Mount Zion is. The actual spot is there in Jerusalem. During the struggle with Solomon within the scripture, the throne of David was moved to Ethiopia with the Ark of the Covenant. It was moved from there to Ethiopia.
Your sound system events have often been described as something similar to a religious experience. And I know of many people who are themselves not necessarily religious who have attended your sound system and felt something deeply spiritual. And I wondered if you could explain to us in words, when you are playing the sound system yourself, what do you experience what does it feel like?
Well, as a youth, I grew up in the church. So our music sometimes is considered like gospel music because of the references to the Almighty, to bring people closer to God. If we are playing music and we can save one soul for a night, we have done a good job. In another type of music, somebody made a record saying, "Last night the DJ saved my life." Somebody was thinking of doing something, but because they heard a record, everything changed. And that's the importance and the higher science of music.
I have a question about biography. Can you tell us, were you born in Jamaica? And if so, how old were you when you came to the UK?
We were born in Jamaica in a place near Clarendon, Chapelton. Nearby is the Maters, Freddie McGregor, Derek Morgan, Barrington Levy. That's the area Shaka came from. My age doesn't come into it.
Can you tell, since we were watching before the film Babylon and considering these issues in that era in Britain, can you tell us a little bit about your first experiences in Britain? You said before that life for black people was very hard in the early days, and I wonder if you can tell us about your experiences of growing up or of life in Britain.
I can tell you that we went to England in 1956. And when we went to England in 1956, there wasn't many black people there. But because of sports and excellence of people in sports, whether cricket, football, swimming, and things like this, black people became recognized because of what they could do. So we always like to encourage people in sports. We went to Ghana and started 3 football teams, which we gave football boots and things to help them to excel in sports, also cricket gears and things like that. Logistic support in certain areas, the clinics and the things that matter for them, the things of significance.
Shaka, once in Bologna you said to me that some people from professional teams in Europe go to Africa and spot some youths of those teams.
No, we built some teams out of the people in Ghana, the kids in Ghana.
Yeah, but you told me some of your kids are very gifted and work in order to get professional players and.
Yes, yeah, they're the professional. Some of them are playing for Ghana national football team. So that work was important to be done. We try to. Some kids might draw a picture here, what they call graffiti, on a wall. Graffiti, but he might be the next Rembrandt, given the right chance. So we try to create chances for people to excel. Rastafari.
Shaka, just a quick question on the way you play. You know, someone has said yesterday to me, Jaka is a great man and a great player. But we are in the 3000 and you know, technology is evolved. You got CDJ 1000, you can play with all the technology, but you still play with one single turntable. Can you explain that to the people, telling them why?
We have tested a lot of things, but the turntable you see us using is over 54 years old. So because of the age of it, because of how it was made, and the material that is made out of, none of those materials exist today to make up CDs.
Yes, Ras. Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty, Kadamawi Haile Selassie I. I am here to greet you in the name of the House of Rastafari, which is a place within this festival which is wholly dedicated to the spreading of the message of His Imperial Majesty to the people who come here to hear about reggae music. So, since we agreed with the organization of the festival that a reggae music festival must have a place for the teaching of Rastafari, I would like you to explain to our public the inextricable link existing between reggae music and I spirituality, the faith of Rastafari. Give thanks and praises.
We have been doing that. We have been doing that since this evening. But this is an honor to see the item as Rastafari people, children of the Most High God, Jah Rastafari, that's seated in Mount Zion. We are glad that the item continue this work and see it important. And we want the item to carry on with determination and faith. There is a true order to the item work, and we are here to help what the item is doing also within Rastafari and the teachings of the Almighty. The music is very important for these teachings. It has taught a lot of people, and we have to continue to let the people know also of the other things in life and the philosophies of His Imperial Majesty. We incline to tell the people to read the books of His Imperial Majesty's speeches, which concern all nations. He has spoke about all nations of people, and He's concerned about all nations. But you have to read the books to really understand the person. So we invite the people to read up more on His Imperial Majesty, not just to listen to music, but to be that person who plays the role that Jah wants them to play. So we give thanks for the item to keep up this struggle. Rastafari.
Grazie a tutti della vostra attenzione. Thank you to Jah Shaka.